You're good. I'm good. We're good. All right. Here we are. Right now, Andrew and Eric, also known as Silky Andrew, Renshi Eric from United Martial Arts Center. We're making this video because we both, as you know from the internet, we both attended
Yamaha Championship Racing School.
It's right here in the shirt, dude.
And we keep looking online.
Yeah, we're looking all over the place. We're trying to find a hashtag.
Champions Riding School.
We did this last summer. We were talking. We were sitting on your porch, I think.
Yes.
And I said I always wanted to go to motorcycle racing school in California. And you said they have it right here in Jersey. And I was like, no. And he said, yeah. So we decided that we were going to do this last summer because everything was shut down.
Right, and there was no fun to be had by anyone.
It was just terrible. And then we had booked it and had to cancel, 3 times?
3 times. First, Miami. We were supposed to go to Miami.
We were supposed to be in Miami and do this in Miami.
Then that got canceled.
Whoosh!
Because COVID.
Stupid COVID.
Then we were going to Arizona.
Going to Arizona, I was pumped up. I got family there. We were looking forward to that. We were going to rent some bikes and ride some around.
And they even rebuilt the track.
They rebuilt the track. We were excited to see that.
Brand new.
And what happened?
COVID. Because
travel restrictions.
All the travel restrictions.
They changed it like that week.
Right. We'd get there and we'd have to wait, 10 days before we were allowed to actually leave a hotel room. So it was kind of stupid.
It made everything so difficult. And I think we tried it one more time.
One more time. I forgot where it was because I think we were just beyond...
We were just done.
Aggravated.
We tried one more time and that we had to bail on that and it was last minute. And we felt bad because the professionals over there, we were talking to...
Keith.
It was Keith?
Keith.
And we were sending emails back and forth. And great sense of humor.
Well, they were great about everything. They were busting your chops even through emails.
Oh, they were, busting my chops.
It was awesome. Very professional, though.
Very professional, very helpful, very eager to get us there without being jerky because we literally paid for it, got a refund, paid for it, got a refund, paid for it. And then he's like, all right, listen, guys, what are we going to do?
We have to do this.
So they handled everything with professionalism and a sense of grace and humor. And we're just dying to get there. And at one point I had called, I think I spoke to Nick.
Right.
And when I first arranged this, I said, we want to do this, boom, boom, boom. And he was asking, what do you ride? What do you do? What does your buddy do? And really interested, not just having 2 more people take the course, but getting to know 2 more people that were going to go do the course.
Right.
It was really kind of cool. So we decided to do this video for them for lots of reasons. One, because we run a martial arts school here in Long Island, New York, UMAC, United Martial Arts Center. Normally we'd be wearing our shirts and stuff like that. But, and you'll see some clips. We're going to put some pictures in here in this video and whatever, and I could put one right there. And I'll put one right here. We'll see. We're going to pop them in there. But I was nervous, man, when we got down there.
Nervous. I wanted to boot myself.
I was nervous.
It's getting older and thinking you know everything and you think you're good at it. And then getting somewhere where you know it's new to you. And you try to put on this facade like you're going to be okay. But we kind of went down there with the mindset of, we know nothing. And that was probably the best thing we ever did.
Absolutely.
And the guys there embraced it. They didn't care if you had 50 track days or no track days. There was that one girl that barely even knew how to ride.
Yes.
On the track.
Brand new rider.
And by the time we were done, she was kicking butt and doing a great job because they took care of her. They took care of all of us, but they made sure everybody was taken care of the whole way through.
It's jumping to their commercials and what they say on their website. Everything that they say on the website is 100% true.
Oh yeah.
The ratio for instructors to students is awesome. I mean, at one point we had just us 2. We had an instructor 1, right. And then another time we had the head of the whole thing. Right.
Even when there was not going to what they planned, like when we had to go get our gear on and everything. So they quickly, grabbed one of the guys. They put us in the van, drove us over. We were actually laughing the whole van ride with the guy. Remember, talking about the vans because we just got done in the van ride that we were going the fastest I've ever been in a van around a racetrack. But that's a whole nother story. And they got us our gear. We got everything done. Got back to to the track area, got on the bikes. They were apologetic beyond belief, and I'm not sure why they were being so apologetic. I thought they were doing great.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they had one person to take the two of us out on the track. They made sure it went off without a hitch. And that's commendable because most people are like, oh, well, go over here and then you're just going to wait till we're done.
Yeah, I thought honestly, I had the fear that I was scared. I was scared of racing the bike on the track. I was scared of ruining somebody else's equipment. And
especially when they kept saying you're going to buy it.
Yeah, you got to buy it. You got to pay for it. I was really starting to freak out. And I'm looking at the track and I'm watching what these pros were doing.
That was incredible.
Just in demonstrations. Demonstration mode, not even racing mode. And I was just blown away. Now, I mean, I've been riding on and off since I was 13. I've had a couple street bikes, this and that. I mean, I don't consider myself a beginner, but now I do.
As crazy as that sounds, I agree 100%.
Right? And I know Eric knows that when I first got my new bike and I started riding, I kept asking him lots of questions. I was asking you, what do you do here? And how are you doing this? And what are you doing this? Because I always want to learn. I never want to assume, especially on a bike, because our life is at risk always.
Right. Especially on Long Island.
Yeah, nuts. Every time we rode it, personally, there was something that almost happened.
Something always happens, something always comes up, and it always made you nervous. But after this school, everything seems like it's in slow motion now.
It does. It really does. So, again, we saw the pictures. We're going to post them, put them up there, and we had an amazing time. We got to ride the R6. R6, which was it's a sporty bike. It wasn't as comfortable as the ones we ride, but it was quick.
It was.
Agile. It was meant for that track. I mean, it was meant to ride on that track. It was awesome. And I was grateful for it because it seemed like a brand new bike, and we had a lot of fun with it. And the bikes were clean. They were ready to go. The place was clean. That was ready to go.
And they would make any adjustment you wanted. Because that was the first thing they asked us. You want us to move the levers? You want us to move this? You want to set this? So they were definitely making sure we were as comfortable as we can be on the bikes.
Yeah, definitely. These guys did everything. And then even if we were a little nervous or we had questions, they would take their time and they would set up like 20 minutes, half hour, blocks before track time or whatever. And basically what this goes to is the dynamics that we have here at the dojo. We have a huge team that we say team atmosphere with our black belts, our teachers, anybody that's helping up front. We always try to work as a team. But me and Eric, we were blown away by the way those guys handled everything.
You would think that this was practiced. The way that they were talking and sharing the room with everyone, because the way they taught was as a group. Nothing was an independent. Nobody's the best person in that room, and they preformed everyone, so you knew who they were talking about.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't that person saying, "Hey, this is what I've done, and this is how great I am."
Yeah,
it was someone else.
Glory hounds
that gave you the story of what was going on, which was fantastic because the lead-in. But usually the lead-in was way after they have already started talking.
Absolutely.
And then as you're hearing the story of all of these guys, you're like, oh, I wonder if that guy's, going to be one of those instructors that just teaches you, and then after, when he's not teaching, doesn't really talk to you. But every one of these guys stopped, talked, pulled us over to the side at one point, had something to say when we were running around the track.
Not the one that scared us.
No, I'll never forget his name because I ended up finding you on Facebook, and now I'm following you.
Yeah.
Because one day
I think I'll follow him too. Okay, I want to bump into that guy.
Yes.
They had so much to do. You almost thought it was going to be a cookie cutter thing. Line up, do this thing. Line up, do this thing. Line up, do this thing, and be very, very systematic and boring. Honestly, not the track part. I thought that would be scary and the bikes were scary, but I thought it'd be systematic and boring. By no means was that the case.
No, they kept moving. The day went so fast. When you got there, it was a great reception. We finally met Keith, and he kind of made fun of us right away, and it was great. All in good fun. And we got to see the bikes, talk to the guys that were prepping the bikes, and then getting into the classroom. What were we in there? 5 minutes, and we were outside already.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, no, really? Already? No.
It's like, let's go get warmed up. And then next thing you know, we're standing around, watching these guys work and watching them explain things. And just every little piece of it made sense. And it was like that aha moment, almost like when
like every minute
when we're at the dojo and we're teaching, and all of a sudden you watch it in your student's face that they get it.
Yep. Lights on.
And I'm like, this is crazy. And then we got to do our warm-ups and everything else. The doc warmed us up as we walked down the track.
Which was amazing because some of those exercises we kind of know and do, but we didn't do it with that mentality, that purpose of being prepared to
get on a motorcycle.
Yeah. So we do it here for what we do, but what he said and what he was doing made sense too.
Yep.
And again, here's where technically we're probably experts in that field, but yet we're still learning something because we have the empty cup. And then we did the exercise warm-ups. We watched some drills. They explained the track, this, that, the other. The excitement's building in us, getting nervous. And
then watching them take the first corner.
Oh, my God. Both directions.
Yeah, showing us what to do, how to do it right, what not to do, and what it looks like. And it was right there, 5 feet from us, watching it, right? Someone come flying through that corner, and it was fantastic to watch.
And they made it look so effortless, so easy. And yes, they're professional, that's what they do. But, I mean, there was that little bit of sense of fear for us, I guess. But at the same time, almost like, this is awesome. I'm going to be able to do this.
Right, and it all started making sense. And it kept you so open-minded to where you wanted more.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you go to a class, you want more. You don't want to sit there and say, oh, God, we got to sit in this classroom again. The whole time we were there, I wanted more out of every ounce of it. So when we were standing at that one corner, I was like, oh, what is next? And they pulled up the van. Now, I thought I knew what was going to happen with the van.
You did?
I swore I thought I knew what was going to happen. We were going to take a leisurely ride around that track. I thought they were going to say, get in the van, we're going to take you around the track, we're going to show you turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and a nice, easy ride.
But when he said, buckle up.
And it said, buckle up, and then I got worried.
I knew we were in trouble. And then he was like, he points out the handguards, the hand stuff.
Yes.
I was like, this might not be. Well, that was it. They gunned it.
Yep. Nick was our stewardess from hell.
Yes.
As he gets in, he goes, is everyone ready? He goes, make sure you buckle up and then get your hand grips. He was like, here we go. And then it was like being in those sightseeing tours that you go on and they're talking about all the little things.
Uh-huh.
But he's specifically talking about the track and how you're going to go at it with this track. It was almost like you're meeting your new girlfriend almost. Oh. And this is how you have to treat her. And he was showing you how fast going into the corners, where in the corner to go, where to pick the line, where the apex of the turns were. So if you didn't even have a clue about racing whatsoever, or even the aspect of riding a motorcycle, you're starting to get it in a van. You're not even on the bike yet. Yeah. All you did was say hello to the bike, and now in the van, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, we did 4 laps around that track?
At least 3, maybe 4.
After the first lap, you find yourself doing this. And you're moving all around the track, getting a feel now what you got to do with the track, because they're explaining exactly what we're doing, how to go into the turns, the braking, the importance of braking, which I never knew forever. And they were 100% right. We were always told the wrong thing about braking.
Always.
And then we exited the van. And if you ever been in a van that they've used the brakes a lot, going very fast, it's a distinct smell. Like when the 18-wheelers smash on their brakes in the middle of the expressway and they're screeching away. And all you just, it's like, you smell and you're like, yeah, that's a rental van. Good luck.
Yeah, they pushed the vans to the limit. They really did.
The vans were, we went faster in the van than I went on my first lap on that track.
That's double truth story. Double truth. Yeah, we've definitely. And then I'm like, how are we gonna go this fast on a bike? I couldn't even process.
My fear level went. I was here, but then I got here after the van. But I was excited about to see what we're going to learn next, because we got out of the van and now we're sitting with Chris and one other instructor.
I'm blanking on.
And we were doing body position on the bikes. And they went over everything, and my brain wanted to comprehend what they were talking about, but couldn't yet. But those guys never gave up on me the whole time. And when I asked the question, came in early the next morning, I still didn't understand body position. I came in, had my coffee, and all I did was say to someone, I can't understand how to put the foot on the peg. And they sat with me for 15 minutes, and put me on that bike and went through body position.
And they were holding, they were stabilizing a bike so you can manipulate that bike without it actually kicking over on the stand or whatever.
Right.
So they were right there every step of the way, second by second, and throughout the course of the course, every instructor said the same thing. Maybe a little bit of different words and stuff, but the same exact message, same exact result, same exact goal in mind.
Yeah, there was no question about what the goal of the class was, the goal of whatever exercise, like, pointy end of the cone.
No.
That was
that one.
That was great. You'll love it if
You'll
you
see
go.
some pictures. I'll put some pictures.
But they definitely tested you to what you were doing.
That cone was straight up. What was that for? Dealer's choice. These guys really made it fun, and they kept the realism in it. And they kind of, I don't want to say they scared us. They didn't scare us at all.
No.
But the realism is cold tires.
Cold tires.
Cold tires.
Tell your buddy. Cold tires.
Cold tires.
What happened? 5 minutes into the first lap? Cold tires.
Cold tires.
And someone went down.
Somebody went down. They didn't get hurt, I don't think, right?
No, they were fine. They weren't going fast, but they goosed it and they lost the tire. And that's...
Oh, have a plan.
Have a plan.
Have a plan. I love that. They came like, you have a plan? I'm like, no.
And I think they thrive off of teaching people like us, because we're train wrecks, and they start learning more and more and more about different aspects of being on that bike.
And not just the human connection, the teaching aspect, the how to connect with somebody. Might not be in your age realm or your background or your bike type.
And those guys were good.
They were phenomenal. We bragged about them the entire way home. What do we have, 5-hour ride?
5-hour ride. We were talking about the whole experience.
The whole experience, the whole way. We said, we got to make this video. And, this video, I'm going to try and cut it, put it together in pieces with some pictures and whatever. But the truth is, I would recommend, again, we said it before, recommend this school to anybody that likes to ride. Not to love to ride, likes to ride. You want to be safe. You want to learn some cool stuff. And then, on top of it, meeting such awesome people.
Yep.
There was not one person that I did not like or didn't want to talk to. Like, no offense, we had this one lean black guy, right? He put on the suit. He looked like a superhero.
He looked like an X-Men.
I was like, dude, you look awesome. We look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Stuffed sausage. I couldn't even believe. I couldn't wait to get that thing off. And then Nick asked me to put it back on.
Yeah, we had a blast talking with the people in the course, hanging out the course, even in the classroom. And listen, I hate classrooms. I hate taking notes, but we took notes, and everything that we took a note on was 100% dead on and need to know. And it wasn't a lot, but we had like little things we had to write down each time.
Yep.
In a book that had the basics. I mean, these guys were well prepared at what they do, and they deserve every credit, ounce of respect, and I hate to say it was well worth the money. Like you can't even argue or bicker or what's the word, haggle.
There's no haggling.
It was worth the money. These guys were amazing, and they fed us. They took care of us.
The food was good.
Food was good. There was no pressure, no strain, no stress. Even though they did try to like surprise us, like jumping out when we had
with the brakes. Now I ride permanently 2 fingers up forward.
So now we're talking about Elijah, right? Elijah. They made us get up. We did ride around track, and then they made us get back on the bike with one of the pro riders, and I ended up being first.
Oh, thank you.
I ended up being first. I get off the bike. The guy goes, "Get on the back of this bike with this guy." And I'm like, "No." No, 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 hell no, no. Now I'm used to being in control, and I ride people. I'm not getting out of it. Boom, 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 boom. What, 10 minutes it took them?
Yeah.
10 minutes. I finally get on the back of this bike, and now I'm like, this guy's, a lean dude. I'm like, I don't even know where to put my hands. I don't know what to do. And then there's a tank handle
on the tank, yeah.
So I had one hand on the thing and one hand on the hip because I wanted to also feel the way he leaned and set up the corners and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm not gonna lie, man. I've never been so scared in my life. Sometimes I thought I was gonna poop or pee. Sometimes I thought I was just gonna let go and just wash out just to save this guy because I thought at the speed we were going, the lean angle that we had, that we're washing out and I'm taking him with me.
Right.
And I felt bad because it wasn't my optimal strength and condition. Right. And I really thought we were washing out. And I couldn't even speak. That's how fast we were doing the straightaways, going into the corners. And the braking, I even thought the braking would be more like
harsh.
Yeah, harsh.
It's not harsh.
But it's not. It was. It felt like a natural slingshot, really.
It's almost like they had a flow to the braking.
So basically, when I got off the bike, I wanted to kiss the ground and thank God for everything I'm grateful for everything, for every breath I've ever taken.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Am I wrong?
And they came over to me and boxed me in.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're going. And I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm not the one that's going to be the problem. But I got on that bike. And it's hard to get me kind of scared a little bit because I've done a lot of things. And by the second turn, I was contemplating if I had my will made out the correct way.
Yeah.
But then a couple more turns in, I kind of settled down and really paid attention to what he was doing. And it gave you more confidence in what these bikes could really do.
That's just it. But I was grateful at the end that they forced me to get on and overcome that fear. Because I was scared. I'm not even joking. I was scared to death. I've never been so scared. But
if you're not scared, you're crazy.
Yeah, the amount of weight. I mean, I'm 215. That guy had to be $140, maybe 150.
Pushing.
Lean guy. But that's how much weight was on this bike. And taking the turns and the speeds and the braking and the angle was just amazing because that bike did not slide out. It didn't scooch. It didn't do anything. It rode like it was literally on rails.
Right. And he hit every apex.
Everything.
He didn't give away any free speed using the whole track. It was unreal. And then with me on the back, and I'm a giant goober sitting behind someone, he's still moving. Oh. And even when I was holding on too tight, he still managed. He just moved me.
Yeah, I was wanted to put him back on the seat, right? Like, don't you dare move.
Get back on this motorcycle.
No. I didn't say yes. But yeah, I mean, it really gave, and again, I could see why they do it now. At first, I was like, no, this is too scary. The liability's got to be ridiculous. But
it made total sense.
Everything made sense. And then when we got back on the bike,
confidence was through the roof.
Through the roof.
It's like I can do so much more, and I realized how slow I really was.
And I'll tell you, the hardest thing for me to learn was the body positioning.
Body position was the hardest thing.
Off the seat, the knee, the arms, the tank, the whole thing. And they kept trying to get it drill. And I get it. I got it now. But even still, for me to do it, make it comfortable, it's a little difficult. But I'm playing with it every day.
And the GP style is very aggressive for us that are always on the street. Because they did talk about, don't do this on the street. It doesn't make sense. But they gave you an example of how to still move the same way. The concept is still the same. It's just your movement, and those guys demonstrated it for us so you could see it, and then when you're out on the track you actually tried it a couple of times, and it worked really well with what you call it, tip of the cone.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever, I forgot what it was called. I had a brain fart because we talked about riding on the back of the bike, pointy end of the cone.
Pointy end of the cone, and they put obstacles in the track, so now you're going around and you got to go you have to be in a certain spot in the track,
and you got to go to the pointy end of the cone regardless where it is. It could be in the middle of the turn. It could be on the far side of the turn. There was a couple of squirrely ones, but the one thing they did tell you is if you can't get to it, don't crash trying to do it.
Absolutely.
Which they kept reinforcing. Sometimes you're not going to be the best at it or get every single one of them.
And talk about looks can be deceiving. They had an instructor on the course. It was a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I did not know the woman was an instructor. She seemed on a little bit older side.
Right, but she was...
The woman was a rock star. The woman blew my mind. Like, she's like, oh, I'm taking you guys today. I'm like, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I'm like, all right. It's like, gone. Trying to catch up to her. She's looking back. She's talking to us. Boom, boom, boom. We get off the track. I'm like...
And she was awesome.
She was great. And I'm like, you just blew my mind. You're amazing. It's like, and then I started talking to her about her background and this and that. I was so impressed with her.
Yep.
Everybody that they have on that track, helping, teaching, guiding, is 100%, if not 120%, more than capable and worthy of being there.
Right. And some of them don't even race.
No, some of them don't race.
They
One
just
guy
do
don't
track
even
days.
have a regular bike, he said. He said he has a supermoto or something, right?
Right.
And that guy was one of the best riders.
Well,
most calmest, even keel guys.
He seemed even keel, but he reminds me of Jimmy.
Oh, he does.
Yes.
Jimmy's his crazy friend. No offense, Jimmy, if you haven't been watching this, but
He
calls you the little crazy friend. That's all I'm saying.
he's fast on a bike. So it was definitely a direct correlation because he was well, he's only 5 inches taller than Jimmy.
That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, what, 4'11".
Jimmy is?
No, that guy.
Oh. He was small, but it was cool, dude. They were all great.
Yeah. Yep.
And they offered a lot of extra help, a lot of information.
A lot of water. Because you're going to sweat.
You don't even realize it because you're in a suit.
Right.
You really don't. I mean, you're hot, but you're not dripping, except for some points. But you're drinking the water, and the water tasted so good. When your body needs it, the water tastes so good.
Because you're doing... That was a lot of riding. Half-hour track sessions, each session.
Which blew me away, because I thought, all right, we're going to have a half hour here,
I thought we were
half
just
hour
gonna
here,
go
11 hour here.
Yeah, it was a lot. Because they split you into the groups. It's almost like an A and a B group. And the A group would go out, and they'd ride the track, do their thing while we're in the classroom. And then after that, they coming off, we go and get suited up. As they're coming off, we're going right on. And it just kept seesawing the whole day like that. And you're riding so much. You're getting so much track time. And you probably, when you go to the track, you're probably not even getting half that time if you're doing a regular track day.
They overlapped their sessions, and it was seamless. And they even had to break the track down. I think they had an open track for other people at one point.
No, they had to close down the track for the Coast Guard guys that were coming in.
The Coast Guard, that's right. So they overlapped. It was seamless, and there was never a beat skipped. We were always doing something, always learning something, always seamless, and there was never a beat skipped. We were always doing something, always learning something, always reviewing something, and if not, honestly, we were just laughing.
Oh, yeah.
We had a blast. We had a complete blast.
Even at dinner.
Dinner was great. Fun. Dinner was awesome. That was they did like a little catered buffet dinner.
Yep.
And we had a blast.
Had the bar up on the front. And then the people that even attend the class, listen, they love motorcycles, and they're our kind of people. Yeah. So what's worse than being around a bunch of guys that like to be on bikes and ride real fast?
Yeah. And learn. I mean, we were all there to learn. Every single person. There was some seasoned people in that other group that admitted, I want to learn more and do more. And the good part is they videotaped you on the first day, right?
The best was the videotape.
Yeah. And we thought we were doing pretty good for our first day. Boom, 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 yahoo! And we watched the videotape, and we're like, oh my God, dude.
It's like, please shut that off.
I don't forget. Oh, you watched the video, and he just sends me a message. He's like, I suck.
Like
and that's what we felt like. I mean, I was like, all right, I'm going so slow too. What is up with this? Maybe they slowed down the film.
Right.
That's what it looked like.
It's like the lines are not going fast enough past me.
And then the second day, after we learned, night and day, and I couldn't wait to get it filmed. Like I think my first trip, I was a little too gung ho.
Right.
Yeah, because I forgot to look ahead of the corner and almost went into the corner. But it's on the video. I might even put it there for your entertainment. But because I forgot the main principle, look where you want to go.
Right.
I was looking at where I don't want to go, and that's happened to me a couple of times. But what saved me, again, was what they taught about the braking.
Right, the trail braking.
The trail braking and, being calm and not panicking, not crushing.
Right, you didn't grab the brake.
You
were just easy on the brake.
Didn't screech out the back tire, which I did use at that point, and then the front did not. It didn't even jolt. You didn't even see the bike jolt. It looked like I almost went like that. I was like, right. But night and day from that last video, from the first video, and what a great gift. They sent it to us.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And they made a little promotion video. I'll probably put one of them or maybe both of them at the end of this. But they made it with this logo and this and that.
Yeah, and they cut in the good parts so you look
awesome.
So
they made us look really, really good. But, basically we want to say this and promote the school a little bit. I'm going to put this on our channel here for the Dojo Warrior Insights and then share that link. Yamaha Championship Riding School, Champs Riding School.
And they have different types of classes for different people.
In different regions, all over the country.
All over the country.
And these guys, honestly, are the best. And if we're saying it from a professional standpoint, teaching standpoint, community service type standpoint, these guys are phenomenal.
If I'm on this camera right now talking to you about this school, and I hate being on camera, that means this school was fantastic, and I recommend you go.
Yeah, so you just want to say congratulations to all you guys. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. You've inspired us to do this video, to ride better, to want to come back, and we'd love to hang out with you guys and just learn more, man.
And I want to personally invite all of you guys to the dojo. And I need an uke.
Okay, we got to have Elijah step up and throw some punches at us.
Yes.
Maybe even try and grab us a little bit.
He could swing a little.
Yeah, he could swing a little bit. Yeah. Hey, nothing personal, nothing personal.
No, we're just going to show him how fast we can go.
We're going to take care of you. We're going to take care because you took care of us. You know what I'm saying?
We should invite them all to Masters Unite.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. We do a great, big, huge seminar August, usually every year. A lot of grandmasters, masters in martial arts from all over the East Coast, Northeast generally, but all over the world actually. And we get together and share and care. And that's what, again, you guys inspired us to talk about you for not just 5 hours on my way home, but for weeks. We still talk about
Still talking about you. And it's been a little bit of time.
So we have an expression we say in the dojo. It says, each one teach one. And, you know, we're trying to share what we learned there. We're trying to share the inspiration, the empowerment that it gave us.
Right.
And we feed off of each other in the dojo. We feed off of each other while riding. And that's just the way it is, man. We need more good stuff, more good events or good schooling to inspire.
Right. And it's a good way to get people off their ass and moving and trying new things, because the one girl, I forgot her name, but I spoke to her a couple of times.
The one in our group?
In our group.
Mo?
Mo. It was Mo. And
Mo.
By the time we left there, that girl was doing fantastic.
She rode awesome. She was a very proper rider. They call the proper rider.
Extremely. And they did a fantastic job helping her. She did a fantastic job listening and learning and trusting them and doing the things that they taught. So if someone like that can learn at that school, anyone can.
And we learned a great deal.
And all you people out there that ride and have no clue what you're doing or think you know what you're doing, take the class.
The Mercade Cone Course.
Oh my.
We've seen some train wrecks of people with beautiful bikes just dropping them and dumping them because they don't know how to handle the machine.
If you think you can ride, you don't know how to ride.
Go to this school. Learn your bike. Learn how to handle your bike, and then take a course like that. And then teach, share. I mean, we're definitely going back.
Just don't buy a scooter. I like that guy, but boy, when you bought the scooter, I lost you.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You almost got it back when you got the CRF
a little
rally.
bit, just a little bit,
little bit. Your cool points came back a little.
Well, yeah, this video's not for you though.
No.
But you're a cool dude.
But you are a cool dude.
You're a cool dude.
But you bought a scooter.
We're gonna end this. This is Soke Andrew.
And Renshi Eric.
And United Martial Arts Center, just talking about great schooling, great people, teamwork, and camaraderie, and just when teachers can get together and share that energy and whatever, magic happens. And that's what we feel like happened.
Absolutely. You only got one life. Live it now.
Absolutely.
Don't wait for tomorrow.
Do not wait. All right, one more time. Yamaha champion
Riding school.
Riding school.